Hey guys, it's Delora Dabbles here. It's been a while, but I have a bunch of stuff to show you guys today, crafting wise. Um, I really did need to take a little bit of a hiatus because of all the stuff that's going on. I'm not really good at functioning when stuff like that is going on and like acting like everything's okay. Really bad at that. Anywho, we're gonna talk about some projects. I have some finished shawls here. And this one is huge, so I'm just gonna stand up right now and just show you guys how huge this one is. This is it in half. Beautiful, beautiful. And like the lace, oh, I love that you can see the light coming through the lace. Oh, it's just so pretty. Yeah, super, super proud of myself for this one. It took a really long time. This is the yarn I spun that was half Gotland, half blue merino. So love the way the yarn turned out. I love the way it knit up, and this pattern was pretty much perfect for it. I'm going to stay standing up because the next one is also a shawl. That's all I've really been working on are these two shawls here. So I blocked this one. I think I might have finished it last time, but it was certainly not blocked. I mean, that's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. And it's so beautifully sheer and everything. And it's huge. And this is a huge shawl. So beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. Ah. Anyway, so now we're going to talk about my other knitting project. This one I started. You haven't seen it before. So this is like the first time you're seeing something completely brand new. Glove. Put it on so you can actually see it. This glove is one of my favorite patterns. It's by Julia Mueller, and she lives somewhere in the European Union because she doesn't charge for these patterns anymore. She put them all up for free a few years ago. They changed some policies about selling online in the EU, and it just wasn't profitable for her to try to continue to sell patterns online. So just make sure my strings, because I haven't woven in the ends yet, aren't showing. This is her Maizai pattern. Very pretty. I actually knit this same pattern before. I made a pair of gloves for my sister. So I love the cable work. I love the yarn. This yarn is actually my very first ever hawser plied yarn. I spun this like a year ago and didn't know what to do with it. I wear a medium, so I went to start knitting a medium and it was way too big. So I ended up I ended up knitting up a small because the hawser ply really does change your gauge. You know, like if you knit it like regular yarn, you're going to get your size and then it's going to stretch to be even larger and it's going to feel baggy, right? Because it completely changes your gauge. Knitting a size down, you actually get like the perfect fit. Usually a medium gets me the perfect fit, but with hawser plied yarns, and I've spun up two different hawser plied yarns and knit them up into stuff. The first one was socks, this one was gloves, and I came across a gauge problem every time. So just know that if you do use hawser ply, maybe going down a size, but definitely checking your gauge as you go is so important and so necessary. Very pretty. Oh, I made one modification on this pattern. You guys see my fingernails. I always have my nails like this. So what I did whenever I went to decrease for the fingers, usually what you do is you decrease for the fingers and then you just bind it off. Well, I decreased and then I knit 2 rows and then I bound it off to give me this little bit of a snug fit around my fingernails. And the best thing is that if I decide that I don't want to do my nails like this anymore, it is very easy just to clip off that very tippy top, find the end, clip it off a little bit, unravel it, and then re-sew it. You can always make them shorter like that. So if one day I decide not to get my nails done like this anymore, then I can still make those gloves fit perfectly, because I plan for those gloves to last forever, by the way. So now we're going to talk about yarn. So this is a 3-ply lace weight alpaca. It's gorgeous. This is my spinner's control card right here. I am just absolutely in love with the way that this turned out. This is the last project that I plied on my Cassandra. Everything else I've been plying on my Nano. So they're all mini skeins. This is my last big 4-ounce skein that I've plied. It did take a really long time to ply this, but it was totally worth it. Yeah, I mean it's just very beautifully done. It kind of fluctuates a little bit between light fingering and lace, but it's like the lightest of light fingerings. Like it's just a little bit bigger than lace, but not quite a fingering. So it's like the lightest of light fingerings. These two are samples. I actually dyed these after I spun them because I really, and these were also the first time I spun worsted style. Now worsted weight, worsted style. So just for like a quick little refresher, worsted spinning is where you're drafting the fibers out and then you're letting the twist come in. You're drafting the fibers out, then you're letting the twist come in. You're not letting the twist in your fiber supply at all. You're inchworming along as you're drafting. Now, woolen style spinning is you let the twist come into your fiber supply and you tug at it as you go. It's also long draw. It's also called long draw. So, yeah, I always spin woolen style. This is my first time spinning worsted style. And I really like the way things look whenever you dye them on worsted hand spun. Yeah, so I was just looking at that and how pretty that was. So these are just mini skeins. I don't even think they're 2-ounce skeins. I think they're less than that. These are both 2 ounces. This is worsted spun merino, and it is a 2-ply lace weight. Very pretty. I haven't washed the rest of these skeins yet. That's why they're all still skeined and not caked. So it has been, the weather's been funky and I haven't trusted the weather enough to actually like wash these and let them out to dry. So I plan on doing a lot of these blank merino lace weights. I plan on doing a lot more of these, probably the rest of my merino supply. See where I'm at yardage wise, and if I'm close to having a sweater or something fun that I want to do, maybe I'll order more merino and spin up more. I don't know, but I definitely want a large project. So I've got I probably have like exactly like 3 big old skeins of this, like normal size 4-ounce skeins. So yeah, anyway, it'll be a big project. This next one is a 3-ply fingering, but it is an opposing ply. So what you do with an opposing ply is, instead of it being a regular 3-ply where you have 3 singles that are both spun Z twist and then plied S, these are 2 singles spun Z, 1 single spun S, and then they're all plied together S. What this does, and you can't really even tell in the finished yarn that this is what happens, that had even happened. Like, you really can't tell hardly at all. But when you go to knit it up, it will be, oh my gosh, I'm burping a lot. Sorry, that's what all that pausing is. It's me like burping. Yes, whenever you knit these up, it will make your sock more durable if it is an opposing ply. Kind of the same idea as the hawser ply will give it more stretch, and opposing ply will give it that extra oomph of durability, right? So here we have some 2-ply lace. And dude, the colors look so much better on this computer than they do right now when I'm looking at them. Wow. Anyway, they're much lighter in color. They're not as vibrant a green as what you're seeing on this screen right now. Or at least what I'm seeing on my screen right now. Your screen might be different. It is a lighter green that is going and fading between. You can really see the colors here. So what these are is these are fractal spun 2-plies. So I did a 2-4 ratio. So I split my stuff in half. I split one half in two, and then I split the other half into fours, and I spun them like so. So since these are mini skeins, this is a 1-2, and this is a 1-2, making a 2-4. So these skeins are like pretty close to identical. Yeah, I want to knit like a shawl or something lacy out of this. I think this wants to be lace. Something lacy. And that is all the yarn that I have been spinning. Well, not all of it. I have some other skeins that I can't remember if I showed it to you already or not. So, yes. Anyway, what I'm currently working on is yak down. This stuff is really weird and really different, and it feels so amazing whenever I touch this bobbin. It's like so amazing, but it is very difficult to spin. Whatever you spin your yak on, you want to make sure, like, if you were going to do it on any kind of drop spindle, you'd want to use a supported spindle for sure. I think that's the only thing that's going to have the quickest twist without putting too much pressure on the delicate yarn itself. And if you're going to do this on a wheel, make sure you have a really high ratio or an electric wheel that goes pretty fast. So cranking this bad boy all the way up, I can spin this woolen style pretty consistently, as you can see. Very proud of myself for that. It was a bit of a learning curve spinning yak, because yak it's slippery. Oopsie. It's slippery like alpaca, but it's so much more, like each individual hair is so much finer. It is a down. It is not a hair fiber. It is a down fiber. Like this is, yeah, each little, like I wish, oh, it's so cool. I wish you guys could see how cool it is. But it's like very, very fine, like very extremely fine little hairs. And that makes it very delicate to spin. But once you spin it up, it's actually pretty cool. So just imagine alpaca if it was like super, super fine. And that's kind of what you'll get with yak. It comes like this. And you can just kind of take sheets off of, and kind of pull it. And it'll kind of sheet off all strange and stuff. And you're just kind of like, what is this? Like I pulled this out of the bag. I was like, huh? Because I really wanted to blend this with some other stuff, and I still attempted to blend it on my blending board. No, it just clumps. All yak does whenever you try to put it on a blending board is clump. Now, if I had hand cards or something that I could actually like blend multiple times with, maybe a drum carder or something, maybe blending yak myself would work. But I've only got a blending board, and I'm not going to invest in hand carders or a drum carder just for one project, right? Just because I want to blend up one project. So it's like, all right, I guess I'm just going to spin this 100% yak and make something that's 100% yak. Because I have 8 ounces of it. So like I wanted to do a pound of something else. It's like half yak and half something else, you know? And unfortunately, that was not to be, because yak does not play nice on the blending board at all. Yeah, sad. But I don't know if I'm going to do a 2-ply lace or if I want to do a 3-ply fingering. I just don't know what I want to finish this yak with. So I figure I will, excuse me, I'll fill up a few of these bobbins, and then I'll figure out what I want to do from there. Once I figure it out, I might have to do some Ravelry searches, and man, like, dude, but like these singles, they're very, very nice. Like I can't help but pet my bobbin, which is so strange. I've never had the urge to pet my bobbin before. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. I got the yak because it was on sale on Paradise Fibers. So I was like, all right, why not? Let's try yak. But now that I have it, I'm like, and I also, See, I don't know if I want to over dye it red to get a pretty maroon or something. I might do that. I might not. I don't think I want like a shawl made out of yak. I think I actually might want like a hat or something like that, in which case I would probably want to do fingering weight. So that's an idea. That's an idea. So I've been doing so much knitting and crocheting. It's like, gosh, like what do I actually need? I need a beanie. Like I need a really comfy beanie. Really comfy beanie. So we'll see. We'll see. And maybe 8 ounces will be enough for a beanie and a hat and maybe some gloves. You know, even if they're just fingerless gloves. I don't know. I will see. What I will see. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of, it's not quarantine crafting. It's not, I don't know what this is anymore. This is just a crafting update. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, happy dabbling and bye-bye.